We're looking here now at a beautiful custom leather-bound book, which is a collection of engravings of the English school that someone has compiled into this Splendid album with top-edge gilt, all sorts of running tooled gilt work and almost a pointillist type spine compartments here, this beautiful swirled multicolored marbled leather, the elaborate turn-ins or inner dentelles, these beautiful marbled end papers like so. And what we'll do now is show you page by page the 115, this is a proof, steel engravings that are found within this volume. They're all beautiful impressions. This one here is a proof as well. I also think that it's very possible that there are numerous proofs throughout here. Several of these have no lettering at all underneath the image, which indicates a very early state, possibly a proof state or a trial state of an impression. This, for instance, Ackerman 1829, says here proof, like so. Typically proofs are done very early, well, they are the earliest pulls from the engraved plate, and if they're inked properly, they tend to show the richest sort of impression with the nicest range. There's a proof right there, range of tonalities. The darks are especially dark. Look at this phrenologist. That's a wonderful image. You got a nice interior with light coming through the window there, no lettering here, early state likely. Here, look at this. It appears to be an African-American woman, and he's made some sort of an advance to her there. And this one again has no lettering. No lettering here. That looks like a proof state to me, as does this. This is almost certainly a proof. Look at it's just that beautiful black, rich, dark background there. Yeah, this is very nice. Okay, there's a boy and a butterfly with his dog. There's no lettering on that one. No lettering. The darkness of that is just right. That is a really fine pull from the plate. Same here. Okay. Jewelry on that one. Toka. Triumph of Mordecai. Look at that image. That is something. That's almost certainly a proof. The darkness, the black around her figure, the color and the tone of the skin, these figures that are in the background. Yeah, that is a really splendid engraving by Hogarth. There, that's the imprint says Hogarth. This is a unlettered Ackerman. There's Verona, Italy. No lettering there. Woman and her dog, beautiful dress, beautiful interior. That's fantastic. That's a great little miniature scene there. Yes, that's a great interior with all kinds of figures, beautifully rendered. That is so difficult to do that it's almost essentially a lost art form now. Portrait engraving like this is one of the most difficult things for an engraver to learn as a skill. And in fact, in the United States today, there are but a handful of engravers capable of doing it for things like postage stamps or banknotes. That's a beautiful dream scene there. Nice interior scene. A lot of these have dogs in them. It's quite nice. And flowers and landscapes. Yes, here we are. All kinds of little details in the scenes. Okay, see, there's the Greenwich Hospital from the Thames River. There's a great interior view there of an artist's studio. This says proof right there. This is also says proof. I really do think that the vast majority of these are proof engravings. Yes, again, no lettering. Proof right there. Proof. Wow, that's great. That cherub there carving lover's initials onto a tree. Oh, it's two of them. That's interesting. Oh, look. This one here, the initials are not all there yet. But on this state of the forget, look at that. He's about to do forget me not. That is fascinating. I don't believe I've ever seen something quite like that. That's a Findon engraving. This looks to be approved. My goodness, that's a Heath engraving. Look at the richness of the dark tones there. There's a Dover. That's a Findon. Okay. That's really, again, a nice, so many of these have dogs. That's a greyhound, I would say. Look at this scene. This is approved for sure. That is as rich as an engraving can get. Yes. Another dog. Proof before letter, it says right there on it. Right, I think this is a collection essentially of many, many proofs before letters, or for the lettering of them. That's a nice interior scene. Asiatic in nature. Love and duty, a dog. Look at that, a stag. Yeah, no lettering. Cottage kitchen. Interesting. There's a beautiful nude figure, life's dream. There we are. Romance. The dungeon. Wow. Wow, that is a rich impression on that print. Okay. Political cobbler. Talking politics. That's a good way to make friends. Okay, look at this. Wow. Look at that. The richness of that one. That is really, wow. That is beautifully printed. Okay. Princess Elizabeth, the Exile. Wow. That is, yeah, it's a proof. Yes, it's almost like a satin finish to it. It's may or may not be visible on a digital screen, but in person to the eye, especially if you've looked at a lot of engravings, you will notice, you can see just what I'm referring to here. Here's another one as a proof. Yes, another proof. Yes, yes. Right. And we're getting closer to the end. We're approaching engraving number 100. If you're still watching, good for you. Proof. This is probably the 5th time I've gone through this proof in the past couple days. Never get tired of it. You always see something new. It's a very nice album. To acquire all these proofs and have them all mounted in such a beautiful book is it's quite a project, quite an expense. In fact, I'm quite certain it would cost far more than we're going to ask for this album. There's another proof. Oh, I know it would. There's a proof. Dog. And China Mender. There's a guy that's a proof. Mending China. Okay. Nice landscape there. Landscape there. Dog with a baby here. The Faithful Guardian. And then Don Juan, like so. Smooch, that's a proof. And I think we're getting right towards the final one or two here. There's this one, this little boy there. And then we have this interior of, well, kind of an exterior too of St. Mark's Church and St. Mark's Cathedral in Venice. And that brings us to the end of this album. Unique, one of a kind, wonderful thing. And it is available now online from me Brian DiMambro.